Welcome to the goddamn show. I hope you're in a party mood because we are 4 weeks away from the biggest party of the summer. That's right, SummerSlam coming to you live from Cleveland, Ohio. What will be the stories on Raw? What will be the stories on SmackDown? We're a week past Money in the Bank now. What will happen on Jack's Universe mode? Now we're going to open things up in style. We got a big return. Huge return. Raise your fist. Raise your fist. That's not how it goes, but you know what I mean. The Motor City Machine Guns finally returning to Raw. Sorry, I just had to adjust the volume because I couldn't hear the fire music. And Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, the longest reigning tag team champions in our Universe mode in its very early stages. We did a little bit on 2k24. We did a hell of a lot on 2k25. I believe we're on episode 22 now, guys, so make sure you smash the like. If you do enjoy the video, of course, you don't have to. Subscribe if you're new around here. Don't miss the university. Get involved in the LFG. And I bring the swag like nobody can. That's what Montez Ford says. I wish they'd update the Trons. I didn't notice. I don't know if you guys have checked it out, but Fraxium's 2025 motion and theme song is actually in the game, so you can actually find that. It's not set as the default, but I was messing about, you know, adding the Rascals entrance and doing all the SmackDown guys like Austin Bay, and I came across Fraxium 25 when I was just scouring through. But we got a tag team action. The former tag team champions just here to show that they still matter. Of course, the Raw Tag Team Champions, or the new Raw Tag Team Champions, the Lucha Brothers, will be watching over this, and Alex Shelley's going to start in the ring with Montez Ford. And as always, Monday Night Raw is cut down for your viewing pleasure. Nice reversal there from Angelo. Maybe he can get things going. The Street Profits donning that new dark persona, and it's back and forth here to begin with. Enziguri from Shelley. Of course, I believe, and I might be wrong, both Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin have held the TNA X Division Championships. And I know Chris Sabin's been the TNA World Champion. I'm not sure about Alex Shelley. Now back elbow there from Chris Sabin, and a nice drop kick to follow it up. I've missed the Motor City Machine Guns since 2K20. We haven't had them in 2K25. This is the first match on 2K25. And now what are we going for? And this is where they're so good, that fast maneuver. I love this move so much. Do you remember when they put away Axiom with this move? I believe it was on 2K24. Hook of the leg. Well, you might not, probably won't remember, but they did put away Axiom with that move. Nice elbow drop there from Motor City Machine Gun Head. Alex Shelley. We've got a stat card for you here tonight, and don't forget, SmackDown coming to you live in a couple of days. It's I believe it'll be Sunday. I believe I'm going to try and get it done for Sunday because, you know, I'm working on a lot of things at LFG, getting that all in order. And, of course, the university never stops. We never stop learning at a clothesline here from Montez Ford. From Angelo Dawkins. Sorry, Montez is feeling froggy. What's he going to be going for? Elbow drop. Oh, yeah. Hook of the leg. Kick out one. And now we have skipped forward a little bit. The Street Profits had the majority of momentum in this match. We're going to hear from the Tribal Chief tonight. The original Tribal Chief. Not just any Tribal Chief, the original Tribal Chief. He's back on Raw. And don't forget, as I put in the polls, 4 stories to follow this year in Universe Mode. On Raw, we have Roman's story. All of them are unique, and all of them have different stories that I've wrote. All of them have different vibes. Some are about underdogs and failure. Some are about dominance. Some are about, I just need a little help from my friends. Some are about returning and proving yourself. So on Raw, of course, we have Roman's story that begins tonight. Saraya's story began at Money in the Bank. That's the female. So there's a male and a female story on each brand. I think it's quite a smart way of doing things. Doesn't mean that other people are going to not be booked, but their story. These are the 4 guys and gals that I've chose to do the story on. The arc specifically doesn't mean they're going to hold the WWE or World Championship all year. Trust me, it's very far from that. So, and on SmackDown we've of course got Bren. If you don't know Bren, you'll get to know Bren this year. Bren's story is So marvellous. And we've also got the story of none other than Stephanie Vaquer. That's it. This story of Stephanie is how I want to see her booked. And now Angelo Dawkins with a neck, what's it called? Like springing the neck off the rope, going to the top rope. Angelo, we don't normally see that splash. Sabin did well to get out of the way of that. I believe Angelo Dawkins like 260, 70 pounds. You don't want to be into the barricade. And I told you the production man. I've already forgot his name, even though I told you I'd remember it. Simon, that's it. He'll be out here in between matches, fixing that every time that happens. And of course, a lot on the line in this match in terms of progression, in terms of where you want to be in that tag team division, how to contend for the championships. Now get back in the ring, bring it back in the ring, let's all make things nice. And of course, Ilia Dragunov's here tonight as well, I believe. Of course, he wants to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. That is his goal. He's returned last week on Raw, and that is his goal. We're also going to hear from Seth freaking Rollins, I believe. Maybe. Who knows? Seth's in the building, though. That's all we know. Jacob Fatu takes on Javon Evans. In Javon Evans' Raw debut, and as we look back to this, and Sabin goes for that suplex, but broke up by Montez Ford. Had to be broke up. I think Angelo Dawkins was done for. Are we going to see Skull and Bones? Angelo Dawkins takes things into the corner. The Motor City Machine Guns. I'm going to mention it again. The longest reigning tag team champions in our universe actually held the Raw and the SmackDown. What the hell is he staring? The Raw and the SmackDown championships simultaneously. And he pours a cup and spears Sabin. Shelley can just watch on. And I believe he went for a punch. Hook of the leg here from Angelo Dawkins. And a kick out from Sabin. Keeps the match alive. And I really... So something I thought about doing... It'd be interesting to figure your guys' feedback. I kind of want to make... I played, obviously I bulk record. Play some Tornado tag matches. I think they're so fun. Tornado tag matches are way better than these tag matches. Because she can kind of, everybody's involved. There's no disqualification. And, of course, Jacob Fatu versus Javon Evans is a no disqualification tonight. The Samoan Werewolves condition... Oh, we're going to see Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones. Surely that does it. 2, 3, and the Motor City Machine Guns to return to Raw in style. And that song's playing again. Oh, what the hell? The Lucha Brothers, the new Raw. Belts to the head. Intentions set. Motor City Machine Guns obviously returning to win them back. But Lucha Brothers are like, nah, not today, saying, not today. And now we have Jaida freaking Parker. It's her time, she says. She'll be taking on Saraya, Miss Money in the Bank. Jada's got some stuff in the bank, you could say. I didn't say that, you said that. You have to stop being rude in this universe mode, okay? That's the one thing I'm going to tell you. Jaida has the GTA font. Maybe she looks like, her entrance looks like she's from Vice City, but she's a mean gal. She will take your head off and beat you if you let her. Here comes Saraya. The story of Saraya is one you're not going to want to miss. That's why you've got to turn on that notification bell. It's all about returning and proving yourself. Proving that a place that once told you weren't good enough is wrong. And she is. That in her hand, the Money in the Bank briefcase that guarantees her a shot at the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship anytime she chooses. Of course, the current World Heavyweight Champion she went face-to-face with last week, Rhea Ripley. Jaida with a forearm. We're going to trade blows off the bat. Okay. I don't know who that suits more. Jaida, they're both strikers. They're both good strikers. They're both going to love a good brawl. Now Jaida... And it's just going to be back and forth action. I turned off chain wrestling, by the way. I just thought it will happen in every match, and it's just annoying. Because I play on legend difficulty. Breaking the fourth wall. If there's ever an episode I don't break the fourth wall, you guys know that I'm not being genuine. I'm like Triple H releasing Unreal. So I play on legend difficulty, and that chain wrestling is so hard on legend difficulty. You just never win. I win the matches, but... the chain wrestling I just cannot seem to win. A nice Northern Lights suplex there from Saraya. I don't know whether I want to call her Paige or Saraya. I might put a poll up about that, actually. Because I kind of don't like Saraya. I like Saraya and her splash. That's why the story's back. It was between her and Mariah May, but I know Mariah May's debut on NXT Jaida taunting, but I thought, why do Mariah, do Paige, give Saraya a purpose. I might call her Paige. We'll see what you guys think's better and easier, and faceplant there. And now Saraya with the big ankle to the throat of Jaida Parker. Miss Parker. That's what they do during her entrance, innit? Had a drink there. Wonderful times. Hook of the leg and a kick out, and not even two there from Jaida. A lot of work still to be done here for Saraya to put away Miss Parker. She's a bit of a tricky customer, I'm not going to lie. Brings her back to her feet. Irish whip reversed. Jaida's been quite good in this match. Saraya's obviously more experienced and more veteran, but Jaida's, like, for a rookie, well, not necessarily a rookie. Speaking of rookies, LFG coming to you towards the end of June. If you haven't joined already, last chance, last call. Please join the Discord. Submit a call that you want in LFG. I might extend the deadline because we have so much interest. The first episode isn't going to be in production for a couple of weeks, so make sure you join the Discord. Make sure that you tailor make the created character to however you want. And it will give you the best opportunity of winning. It's not about wins and losses. It's about, what the hell is this move? This is Saraya's finisher. She's like a spider in a web. Well, no, wait. Saraya's the spider and Jaida's like the little... Wait, what do spiders eat? They eat like little spiders, don't they? But what am I on about? She's like an ant in a spider's nest. She's folded up but gets out of it. I don't know how. Looks like a horrible submission. She needs to fight back here, Jaida. She started off really well. She's just got to win. Oh, Miss Parker. Miss Parker. With that front-facing suplex. Could be able to put away Saraya here. And of course, our main event, #1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Currently held by Edge. Things a little bit confusing between the relationship of Will Ospreay and Edge. Drew seems to think they're working together. Ospreay continues the narrative that he has nothing to do with Edge because they both came from the same company. So tonight they're going to go 1-on-1. Drew wants his World Heavyweight Championship back. If he can beat Ospreay tonight, come SummerSlam, Drew will definitely get that opportunity. Now we're going to see Saraya fight back. Jaida had a bit of momentum in the during the commercial break there. And what the hell? It's a crab. It's a crab. It's a trap. Irish whip Jaida. Sending her over the top rope. Going to send her to the outside of the ring, maybe. What the hell is she doing? What is Saraya doing? She loves these submissions. Jaida's never been in positions like this. What the hell? I'm the worst. And just boots a Daz boot and a senton off the apron. Fair play to Saraya. Got to get Jaida back to her feet. You can't win the match outside the ring. Well, you can, but it's not the most efficient way of winning. And now axe handle and what the hell's happening? Saraya's just like Hulk Hogan-esque. Oh, into the steps goes Jaida Parker. It was like, when Hogan gets punched and he starts shaking his head like a madman. That's exactly what it was like. And now Jaida thrown. And Saraya going to bring it back into the ring. She's going for the count-out victory? No way. No way she's going to go for the count-out victory. That's not how you do this. Oh, Jaida's back to her feet. Thank goodness. She's just going to take her time to get him back in the ring. Probably the smartest thing she can do, to be honest. And Saraya, Luthez press. Out of nowhere. Now she's going to go for it again. We saw this submission earlier. I'm going to call it... What should I call it? We should give it a name. Rockabye Baby or something. That is the worst predicament to be in. How do you escape that if that's locked in? That is a nasty submission, I'm not going to lie. And yeah, she calls the referee. Jessica Carr says, I've had enough. Saraya picks up the victory here on Monday Night Raw. What a way to kick off her post-Money in the Bank in-ring career. And now we got a promo for you. I told you we were going to hear from Seth freaking Rollins. Let's hear what he has to say. Enjoy the promo.
Roman, the so-called tribal chief, the head of the table. As long as that table's in Hollywood. While you were off filming your next blockbuster, I was here. I was in Money in the Bank. I was showing up, fighting, delivering like I always do. But you want to stroll back in like nothing's changed? Nah. This ain't the same WWE you left. I've been carrying this place while you cashed checks and played make-believe. So if you're back, big dog, then come prove it. Right here, right now.
You finished, Seth? Yeah, I was gone. Yeah, I got distracted. That's on me. But don't get it twisted. I didn't come back to catch up. I came back to take back what's mine. You and Jacob both walked into Money in the Bank thinking the top spot was vacant. Let me remind you, it was never yours to take. Next week, I handle Jacob. The week after, you. Then I remind the whole world why I'm not just the face of WWE. I am WWE. Acknowledge me.
So, speaking of Jacob Fatu anyway, we know that Roman is back in ring. Well, he was back in ring at Money in the Bank, but he's back in ring for a one-on-one match against this man who has been cooking. He absolutely, he won the feud against Seth Rollins. I wouldn't say it was like a landslide. Seth had a good chunk of momentum in that feud. But Seth Rollins, ever since that moment with the chair, Roman and Seth just cannot forget about each other. They're like toxic lovers. That's exactly what they are. You have to feel that going into SummerSlam, something has got to come out of this. Jacob Fatu is waltzing around Raw calling himself the tribal chief when Roman's here. And that just doesn't sit right with Roman. He's requested a match, 2 separate matches from Adam Pearce. One with Jacob, one with Seth. He's got a few resolutions of his own upon returning, but Raw is about to get bouncy. Welcome to Raw, Javon Evans. Obviously, the roster pages. I have actually got a roster graphic in the Discord. If you ever get unfamiliar with the rosters, you can always join the Discord and check them out there. But as we continue, Jacob in such good form. Obviously, lost the Money in the Bank ladder match. Was the favourite on the poll. You guys wanted Jacob to win that briefcase. Sadly, Bren won the briefcase. And not many people are happy about this. Or maybe I didn't turn off Chain Wrestling at this point. But I did after this episode. Because I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. I think I might have won this one as well. Roll-up pin here from Jacob Fatu. Oh no, I'm Javon. I told you. Now another pinfall. Can Jacob bridge the gap? Look at the strength of the Samoan Werewolf. I actually believe, aside from that Money in the Bank match, Jacob is undefeated. Might be wrong. I try not to take too much. And this is a no disqualification. And we've cut. Commercial break's gone out. And Javon Evans. Jacob took Javon to the outside of the ring and tried to hit Javon with a baseball bat, and Javon was reluctant to use the baseball bat once he did reverse it. Now he's having no reluctances. The Samoan Werewolf's in trouble. We're going to see that cutter from Javon and red by the Samoan Werewolf and followed up by a headbutt. You've got Jacob won't hesitate. Oh my God, right to the face as well. Somebody stop the damn match. Javon Evans is debuting on Raw to get beat the living hell. Oh, whoa. We knew it. He ain't got over that loss to Jey Uso. Now Roman's pissed. Jacob don't even know he's here. Why is he here? These two face off next week. And a slam. And what the hell? Roman Reigns is coming to layeth the SmackDown. Jacob's coming back for him. And a clothesline from Jacob. It's not going to matter, though, because Javon Evans with the backbreaker and a hook of the leg. Surely Jacob can kick out and does. But why is Roman stood in the ring? This is horrible. Reversal. Oh my God. Jacob split in half. And Roman just leaves the ring. And that is all legal, folks. This is a no disqualification match. It'd be interesting. I want to see how Javon... Not like this, Javon. Not like this. Think about it, man. What point do you want to prove on Raw? Javon with the big assist from Roman Reigns, who faces Jacob Fatu next week in a bloodline warfare match. That's going to be hilarious. And I'm going to tell you, right, I'm sorry to spoil it. I have recorded that match. It is one of the best matches, I promise, that you'll see on YouTube. It is incredible. It is so good, honestly. It's the best match I've recorded in my entirety of recording matches. It's so goddamn good. Believe Javon Evans... I guess I'm having a go at him. What else is he meant to do? But here comes the Tsar. Wants Bron Breakker's title, but has got to prove himself. Let's hear what the mad Russian man Ilia Dragunov has to say. And will he call out Bron freaking Breakker?
Bron Breakker, I'm not done with you. That title, my Intercontinental Championship, it slipped through my fingers, but I don't let failure define me. I feel pain. I thrive in it, and I'm ready to walk through hell to get that rematch. So what's it gonna be?
You want a rematch, Ilja? After I ran through you and proved I'm the future of this damn business? You don't just get another shot. You want it. You earn it. Next week you face someone I pick. You survive that, maybe we talk, but I'm not just holding this title. I'm redefining what it means. And if you think round 2 ends any different, then you haven't learned a damn thing.
You haven't learned a damn thing, says Bron Breakker. Well, of course, those of you who don't know, back in 2k24, this is such an old bit of lore, by the way. A long, long time ago, Bron Breakker was nothing more than the challenger. Ilia beat the likes of Jey Uso and won Saturday night's main event that was that I didn't post but did happen and is canon. Bron Breakker decided to help Sami Zayn defeat Ilia Dragunov only to challenge Sami Zayn the next night and take that Intercontinental Championship. Ilia left Saturday night's main event injured, and last week was the first time we'd seen him since then. And he's come back and immediately wants his Intercontinental Championship back, which all rightly so. But now we're focused on a bigger match. Well, not necessarily bigger, but higher stakes. This is the #1 contenders match, ladies and gentlemen, for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. There must be a winner. And I can confirm that Edge is banned from ringside, I believe. Should Edge come out in this match, Will Ospreay will be immediately disqualified. And here comes Will Ospreay. The aerial assassin had wars. Absolutely had a war with AJ Styles, the greatest wrestler. We haven't seen him since that war. We'll see, he'll be back shortly. But Ospreay beating AJ Styles in our universe mode to become over a contract inspired by Platinum Max Caster, actually, to describe themselves as the officially in a contract the best wrestler in the world. And here we go, folks, both men jockeying for positions. It's an interesting dynamic for Drew because Ospreay is unlike anyone he's faced. He's not like Edge. He's not like, of course, the other guys like Sheamus that he's faced. He's so agile. And of course, going towards SummerSlam, the winner of this match is guaranteed a match at SummerSlam. Drew says that he shouldn't have to earn an opportunity last week, and I agree with him somewhat. But Will Ospreay has definitely earned an opportunity as well. We'll have to see how this one unfolds. We'll have to see who wins, who will be challenging Edge. There's also the undertone that we don't really know Will Ospreay's motives. Is he with Edge? Is he in bed with Edge? Not literally, because that would be so strange if they were cuddling in bed, but like, is he part of this alliance? Well, of course he is. He's a signing from an... What the hell? And Edge is here, and it was stated that if he enters the ring, that Will Ospreay will be automatically disqualified, but it just looks like he's going to stand at the stage. He's bending the rules. He's not in the ring. He's not interfering. And Ospreay's going to take advantage of this. And technically, according to Adam Pearce, he said if he interferes with the match, that was not an interference. That was a distraction. Clever. That's why he is the ultimate opportunist. That's how smart he is. And now, are we going to see some hidden blade? No. Brings Drew back to his feet. You gotta feel for Drew. He just cannot shake that loss in his hometown of Glasgow to Edge at Clash at the Castle. He barely got time to hold that World Heavyweight Championship. He wants it back. But there's such a long line of people, including the likes of Seth Rollins, Jacob Fatu, Roman Reigns, Will Ospreay, AJ Styles, and many more who want that opportunity to face off for the World Heavyweight Championship. I guess Edge has a massive target on his back. Nice super kick there from Ospreay. Oh, we're going to see the Styles Clash. Tribute to the man that he put away at Clash at the Castle. And now a pin for 1, 2, and Drew's still in it. And you've got to feel for Drew. Nothing seems to be going his way. He won the Royal Rumble only to have his opportunity stripped away, was handed the World Heavyweight Championship for that, and then immediately gets ripped away from him. He has to win this match and go to SummerSlam and claim that title back, because otherwise it's going to be an absolute disaster. And of course, don't forget Gunther. Oh, went for a headbutt, reverse from Ospreay. Read him. Now, look at the agility of Will Ospreay. It's so impressive. And now that super kick, that backflip kick into the corner. Ospreay can do big things. Tree of Woe. He's like an explosive, agile assassin. The clue's in the name. You just never know what you're going to get with him. That's the thing. You just actually don't know what you're going to get with him. You can get out. He can pull moves out of his ass, literally. Now Drew could be in trouble. He's teetering on the rope, and Ospreay loves to fly. Clue's in the nickname. And if he connects with this, Drew could be in serious trouble. That corkscrew moonsault to the outside. Of course, on Chris Van Vliet, is that how you say it? Ospreay did actually mention that he's not capable of doing some of them moves anymore. I think he is. I think he's fibbing. And a big clubbing blow from McIntyre in this number 1 contenders match. Not like this, Drew. Surely not. And Ospreay kicks out 1. Drew needs a big move because Ospreay has been dominating this match even during the commercial break. Just out wrestling Drew. And now Drew. This is what Drew needs to do. He needs to make it rugged, rough, and hit this move as the crowd count down Claymore. Claymore's going to do it. Drew's going to go to Money in the Bank. Ospreay has hold of the ropes, and the referee hasn't seen it. Wow. Ospreay had hold of the ropes, and the referee did not see it. Drew is going to SummerSlam, but that's not the end of this, folks. You know, make sure you like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one.